Hey there, I'm Brian Miller, magician and motivational speaker. This is not going to be a regular vlog. Today is just a special announcement. Those of you who follow my channel probably already know this, but for those of you who are new here, you might not, so here it is. I'm heading overseas, again, to do a tour for the American troops and their families stationed on Navy bases. I'm super excited for this tour. This will actually be my third time doing a tour for the troops. And in this video, I'm just going to very quickly answer a few common questions about that. So here we go. First common question. What even is it and how does it work? Well, most of you guys have probably heard about USO. USO tours have been around for a long time, and those are typically reserved for celebrities or really big acts. But there are two other government organizations, Armed Forces Entertainment and Navy Entertainment. Armed Forces Entertainment predominantly sends their acts to military bases, and Navy Entertainment sends their acts to Navy bases. All three organizations are funded by the US government. What they're funded for, the purpose of them, is MWR, morale, wellness, and recreation. The idea is that the troops that are stationed and their families, some of them are with their families, some of them aren't, depends on where they are in the world and what base they're on. They're stationed there, they're kind of stuck there, and they're doing one of the most important and difficult jobs anybody could ever volunteer to do or be asked to do. So in order to keep up morale, the government makes sure that there's a budget every year for entertainment. Magicians and comedians and jugglers and mind readers and musicians and big bands and small bands and kids nights and all kinds of amazing activities, from big productions to small productions and everything in between. So each of these organizations every year is given a budget for the year to spend bringing in entertainment to bases all over the world. And as I said, I work with Navy Entertainment. So how did it all come about for me? Well, just over a year ago, my agency, Neon Entertainment, that's who represents me exclusively in the college and boarding school market, they also have a relationship with Navy Entertainment. And Navy Entertainment reached out to them, they were interested in me, and so they asked would I go overseas to do a tour in Europe. And of course I said yes. So I went over and I performed for April's The Month of the Military Child, which are all family-oriented shows. They're not like kids' magic shows, like kids' backyard birthday parties where you're like locked in a room with a bunch of kids for an hour, because if it was, I wouldn't be doing that. I'm not a kids' magician, you guys know this. But I am a family-friendly entertainer. I perform family-friendly events all the time. And so they wanted me to come do the Month of the Military Child last April 2016. So I was in Spain and Italy, a handful of shows over the course of a week. It was amazing, and if you guys were following me back then, you'll see a link right here to a video that I made from that tour. Now this is before I was vlogging, so the video looks nothing like what you have come to associate with me and my style and vlogging. But it was a fun video that I made from the handful of locations I was over there. It was beautiful. I got to go to Pompeii. Amazing! So then last fall, I did a tour for them in the Middle East and Africa. This was a longer tour, it was a much more difficult tour, but it was also an incredible tour. Going to that part of the world, seeing what they do, like what it really looks like, is such a different perspective than what we get at home watching TV. And I'm not saying fake news, okay? This is not me going fake news. It's not fake. But it's a perspective, it's a limited perspective. So being over there and talking to these guys and men and women and I got tours of crazy things, a weapons tour. I got to hold a bunch of, I say I got to, they kind of made me hold a bunch of weapons, guns and stuff that I was I had never touched a gun in my life until then, but they just kind of handed it to me and taught me about all this stuff, and hopefully you should see a photo up on the screen right about now. Getting that perspective of what they're doing over there was, it was life-changing, because when you're over there in the Middle East and Africa and those spots, you're doing a magic show, and you're doing tricks and making jokes, and the audience is laughing, and these same people could literally be taking enemy fire within like 6 hours or tomorrow, or they might have been yesterday. And that just changes how you look at the world. It also makes me less likely to complain. Or at least I feel bad. I feel much worse now when I complain about like, oh, I had a rough day, the show just wasn't quite as good as I do card tricks for a living, okay? You feel dumb complaining about something like I didn't have quite as good a magic show as I was hoping for after you've been over there and seeing what those people are doing to protect our country. So this tour is going to take me all through Asia. This is the longest tour I've done. It's almost 3 weeks, which, you know, is a long time to be away from home. It's a long time to be away from Lindsay. Particularly Asia is almost perfectly, it's like 13 hours flipped, so it's really difficult to communicate when you're over there. Plus, a lot of times on base, there's not easy access to Wi-Fi, and of course you have no cell connection. These are tough tours to do, but again, can't complain. I'm just there for a couple of weeks and I'm just doing card tricks, you know what I mean? But they're also the most rewarding shows you'll ever do. The most appreciative audiences anywhere in the world are the troops that are stationed on bases, obviously. Another common question, doing a Navy tour, do you only see sailors? No. Most of the bases that I'm on, they don't just have sailors. They're predominantly sailors, but they have some military, Marines, some airmen, but, you know, predominantly sailors. By the time you see this video, I will already be on this tour. And those of you who have followed me for a while, or if you follow me on the socials, and here's a link, if you follow me on the socials, you will know from previous tours that I always have to explain this. We are encouraged to take photos and videos most of the time. There's a few spots on bases where they'll say, you can't take any photos or videos here, this is secret, you know, that kind of thing. But for the most part, we're encouraged to take photos and videos and document our experience and upload it to social media. The bases love it, Navy Entertainment loves it. However, the rule is we're not allowed to post anything that indicates where we are until after we've left that location. In other words, when I was doing the Europe tour and I had my first 2 days in Spain, I took a bunch of photos and videos, but I didn't post any of them until I was in Italy. And once I was in Italy, I posted the photos and videos about my time in Spain. And then after I was out of Italy, I posted the photos and videos from Italy. And on this tour, I'm going to be in 4 or 5 different locations across a huge span all across Asia. So I will be vlogging, but I can't upload the videos. I can't upload the Instagram photos or post anything about it until after I leave a location. And because of that, I am not going to be able to maintain the regular schedule that you guys who follow me are used to. I can't stick to that schedule, and I don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to be. I don't know what kind of time I'm going to have to be editing. So I will be uploading vlogs from the tour. I'm bringing all my camera equipment, 3 cameras, for those of you who are into vlogging and the equipment, a Canon EOS M3, which is my main camera that I'm filming this on right now. 3 lenses that I'm bringing for that. I've got the one you're watching right now, which is the 11 to 22 millimeter. I have back there the 18 to 55 zoom, which is the kit lens. And then I have a tiny little pancake lens that's a 22 millimeter prime, an f2. So it stops down and gets a huge amount of light, and it gets a great out of focus background, bokeh. But that lens doesn't do as well with autofocus, so I really only use it when I absolutely have to. I'm also bringing the Rode Video Micro, which is what this is. That's the microphone that's recording on this, and the Joby GorillaPod, of course. Then I'm also bringing the smaller pocket camera that I have, which is the Canon G9X. Very similar to when you see the videos, a lot of vloggers use the G7X as their main camera. That one's got the flip-up screen. The G9X is almost identical to the G7X, but it doesn't have the flip-up screen. And because of that, it's like half the price. The quality is exceptional. And I have no issue when I'm walking around lining up shots without the flip-up screen when I'm using that camera, because when I first started vlogging, my only vlogging camera was a GoPro, which of course has no screen that you can see, so I got used to that. Speaking of, I also have my GoPro Hero 5 Black and a handful of accessories coming with me. I don't use the GoPro much anymore. I loved it, and it's phenomenal in natural light. I mean, as a natural light outdoor action cam, it's amazing. The one great thing about it is that I can clip it, as you've seen me do in so many videos, I can clip it to my backpack strap, and so as I'm walking around, it can be just filming without me needing to use my hands of kind of what I'm doing and what I'm seeing as like a kind of a wide angle point of view shot, which is cool. I don't use it much anymore, but it's also waterproof without a case, which is amazing, so I'm gonna bring that with me too. I'll have my MacBook Pro with me. It's all set up with all my presets. I kind of duplicated everything from my editing workflow from my main iMac 27-inch onto the MacBook Pro, all the music that I need. The music you're going to hear on this tour will be almost exclusively from the band Stonefeather. Now, they're an LA-based kind of funk rock band. They're amazing. They're buddies of mine. I grew up with their drummer, this amazing, incredible drummer, Dave Rundell. Shout out to Dave. He was the drummer for my band all through high school, even though he was a few years younger than us at the time. And Stonefeather's incredible. You're gonna hear their music, and there will always be links in the description to that. I will be filming, I will be editing, I will be uploading, but the upload schedule is gonna be crazy. It'll be whenever I can, as best as I can. And I also don't want to upload all the footage over the course of the tour from the vlogs. I would like to save some of the really good footage to make one all-encompassing cinematic vlog, kind of short film style at the end of the tour, like this summer. Actually, I might even use the footage from all 3 Navy tours I've done, even though I wasn't vlogging back then, so they were shot on all kinds of different cameras, to make one kind of 1 year worth of tours for the troops, kind of short film, maybe a 15 to 20 minute video. I don't know, I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you want, you'll be able to stay in touch with me more immediately by connecting on social media at @BMillerMagic, my Facebook fan page. I use that regularly, and I use Instagram a lot. Snapchat, I'm just not using it much anymore ever since Instagram stole their stories user interface. I know Instagram stole the interface, but I already liked Instagram the best, so it's just easier for me to stay there. Sorry. And Twitter I hate. I'm sorry. I have never been able to use Twitter. I love reading things on Twitter, but I'm like, it works great for comedians, but I'm a magician, and the comedy that I do is more storytelling or more contextual to the show. I don't like write one-liners. Twitter, somebody tell me how to use Twitter better. Follow me on Twitter, tweet at me, give me something to do, and I'll use Twitter. But other than that, yeah, so need to finish getting ready, I need to do laundry, I need to pack, I need to do things. Plus I have another show tonight and 2 shows tomorrow. Woo! Thanks very much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and always remember, guys, our world is a shared experience. See you from the other side.